Well, I'll see you took just 3 weeks to erase the life we built. A week for every year together, proving I'm an easy kill. Well, I hope he likes you better. So now I hate you worse. That NPC can't quench the fire.
Why, hello. Welcome to the Space Between Podcast. I'm Pat Shand.
I'm Amy Shand.
What the fuck are you wearing, huh?
I'm wearing what I wore to work still because I just got home from my first day of work. I'm wearing scrubs like a doctor.
She's wearing scrubs like a fucking doctor.
I'm not a doctor, but...
She's a nurse, though, now.
No. I don't have a degree. You can't say that.
Well, she's a... Okay? I can't say it.
I'm a chiropractic assistant.
Oh, she's a CA.
I'll crack you like a glow stick, baby.
Wow.
One of my friends said that.
I was going to say you fucking joke stealer.
Yeah. Shannon said, you gotta crack me like a glow stick.
Wow. Ow. Yeah,
So anyways.
Her first day of work, she left her previous job after outing a pedophile, okay? And we'll get into that at a different episode.
We sure will.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure how much I should say about that or how much I should bleep.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know because I'm not there anymore. So
yeah. We have guests today. We're going to introduce them one by one. But I do want to say that... Actually, no. I'll bring in our first guest first.
Well, he's waiting.
Yeah.
It's only polite.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
We have Michael Ain't Shit Sweet Dolce in this bitch.
Hell yeah. Son got the link, so he'll swing on over when he's ready.
Sounds
Totally.
good.
I like the background.
I get to finally meet your lovely wife, by the way. That's the only reason I'm doing this.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. So you haven't
I
met
just
me?
made it.
I don't know who hasn't met you, who hasn't seen you.
Everybody knows me.
Okay.
But not everyone has met me.
Well, all right. I'm gonna welcome Michael Dolce into meeting my wife, Amy.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Just be sure to keep boundaries, between you two, right?
No shit.
You do that for every guest?
Yeah.
I feel a compliment. Is that a compliment to me then?
It must be because he's literally never said that before. Like a fucking weirdo.
I was just saying that.
You know what?
Was I weird for
the kind of
complimenting
people
your
I'm
wife?
into, too.
I said she was lovely.
Yeah, there's nothing. No, that's complimenting you when you say your lovely wife. That's like a polite thing to do. That's like not like what the pastor in San Diego did.
Oh no, dude! There was this. Hold on.
That was like offensive.
Hold on. Is this on next to you?
What's going on here?
Oh, it flashed you a picture of you and Hassan. It's as if we're seeing your
I
desires.
don't know what's going on with my...
Okay, so what?
No, because look,
Oh, Hassan's here now.
it's like a clash of worlds.
Let's see.
Boom.
There we go.
There we go.
It worked.
Welcome. We have
happened
Hassan
to me.
Godwin. When you
no.
dedicate your life to God, you win.
Beautiful.
Well, did you?
That's one of the better ways I've heard that mutilated. Thank you very much.
Well, we're having some technical difficulties, it seems, because Mike's green screen is not anymore.
He's still green.
And
I'm trying.
And
Trying to get my
Mike himself
cool,
has turned pink. You kind of like me.
I know. It's terrible.
Yeah, what?
He'll be back.
What's going on, Mike?
Well, I think you guys should just talk to each other while I get my cool green screen back.
Got you. All right, so I'll just finish the intro about what I was saying before.
Boom.
There you go.
The sun green screen is green as well, too. I don't know why he's...
Because I never had the actual file.
Oh, wow.
You always added in the editing.
Wow.
That's
you
true,
recall.
actually.
Yeah.
Cool things.
Pat likes to do just like the Zoom style green screen when we're talking to his family, his extended family, especially on the computer. He'll put a big muscle man in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
Oiled up.
I'll do one right
sun.
now, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Virtual
Until
background.
they realize. Do that one again.
This is a good one.
It's from Love Island.
Ah,
This is one of my favorite characters from Love Island.
Ooh, I like that.
oh my God. All right. Let's see what we can do here.
So what we were talking about before you guys came on is that we missed our last two episodes. Amy's job has been in disarray, but she finally has a
My
new
old job was in disarray.
Right. She has a new job. She has become a nurse, actually.
No, that's not true.
Nurse.
You can't say that if I don't have a degree.
What?
You're a sort of nurse. You're a good nurse. You're a nurse's aide. How's that?
Essentially, I'm a chiropractic assistant.
Okay.
But
See that totally works.
It's more nursey than I thought. I went in for that's why I keep joking, because I went in for a receptionist job and they're like, okay, well,
you should be our nurse.
I'm wearing scrubs that I got yesterday, like on the spot, and then I like literally was like lubing people up and doing like
Whoa!
What's it called? Electro muscle massage on them today.
So that multiple choice pamphlet was like nurse, receptionist, assassin,
we'll take any
rocket
of these.
scientist. You
It was,
like choose
crazy.
one, right?
I was very happy that I could even do something besides food service and answering phones. So we'll see how it goes.
What would you do, right? If as soon as you started to do the lube and electric shock on someone for the first time,
I chose lube instead of like lotion.
you
That's always the one. I mean, that's their go-to though. I mean,
you shock them and they just fucking drop dead. What
I don't think they don't give me machinery that I could like actually hurt people with, I don't think, unless I was like cranking it up all the way, which I wouldn't want to do.
No.
But yeah, so it was really interesting. It was exhausting though, but it was interesting. So I'm excited to learn. But yeah.
Yeah, and we actually thought that she wasn't going to be here today, and it was going to be just us three, and it would be like an episode
like
of Secrets of the Sire or now Rogue Wave. But
that's right.
I want to introduce you guys and give you a chance to talk about your podcast and what it was and what it is. And welcome to the best podcast in the world, okay?
That's what I've heard.
Oh my goodness.
There's buzz. You got a lot
Michael
of
and
buzz.
Hassan.
Yeah, so
Michael does all the talking.
I'm Mike Dolce, known publicly as Michael, because that's what I do. But we were the hosts of the Secrets of the Sire podcast. Sire is one of my creator-owned books. It's my flagship book. It was about a superhero forced by his own costume to fight evil. Very exciting. And Hassan was my cohort in crime, and we were Secrets of the Sire. That was a lot of fun. And now we're the Rogue Wave podcast. We recently got acquired by a larger company, but we can't talk about it because we still haven't launched yet. I mean, we have. Rogue Waves just kept going. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna launch in March, and then COVID happened. So,
Gotcha.
It's very exciting.
Well, that's interesting, and that's also very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about it. Hopefully in August, like next week's August, right? So it'll be next week.
Tomorrow's August.
That's crazy.
Dude, our anniversary is in 5 days. Our wedding anniversary.
Oh, get out of here.
Yep,
When did you
it's
get
our
married?
3rd-year anniversary.
We'll be married for 3 whole years.
When did you get married? So that's what?
Buyer's
28?
remorse?
It was
2017?
2017. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife and I got married in August, and it's 6 years this year.
Oh, cool. Congrats.
Oh yeah, married gang, dude.
August.
That's right.
It's a good month.
There we go.
Hassan's married to his work. Hassan is the worst promoter for himself, and I will embarrass him. He is an unbelievable artist and colorist, and Pat, you should hire him on a new sci-fi book that you're doing.
Oh shit.
Maybe if I come up with a story, I'm going to reach out to you as an artist, because I'm always trying to think of crazy, like, sci-fi, witchy type stuff.
It's true. What you make me want to ask is 2 things. Hassan, is getting married a thing that you want to do, or do you want to maintain this married to the work, kind of like rogue
Ooh,
lifestyle?
look at you!
Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, that was well done.
That's those broadcasting chops, dude. Okay.
Yeah, Mike, you should be taking some notes here, man. That's a segue.
Oh
You
yeah.
understand?
That's a sec.
That's a segue. That's how we slide into another subject. You see how he was 2-pronged right
Look,
there?
I just showed you. I'm just showing off some of your artwork back there. Look at this.
That's not artwork. That's coloring.
Well,
That's very
that's
different.
your coloring. Yes, I know. That's what I
Okay.
have. You were-
To answer your question, no, I do not wish to be married. But I also don't wish to be married to my work either. I would like my work to work for me, not to be partnered with me, but to work for me. I want it to do for me, you know? I want it repressed. I want my work in the kitchen where it belongs.
Damn,
That's what I want my work.
coming
There
in
we go.
hot.
That's a panel. There you go.
That's why you
a
don't-
Hassan panel. Look at that.
That's why you don't marry it.
Unfortunately, I can't even relate to that, because I don't even step foot in our kitchen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want.
Pat
I wouldn't
cooks all
want
of
my
our
wife.
meals.
I wouldn't want my wife to work for me. I
But
wouldn't
see
want
what you
her
mean about
in the
work,
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife and I
Well-
now work in the same office because everyone's working from home now. And that's, that was tough. There's this green screen barrier between my office and what we set up for her.
Yeah, that can be tough.
It's very exciting.
Is there distractions? Is there kind of like work beef
Yeah, we got
between you
two
two?
kids.
Oh,
Those
hell
are
yeah. How old are your
distractions.
kids?
4 and 2.
Yeah.
This is like
They're
this is
crazy now.
prime.
Then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is all
Aw,
Yeah.
That's cool, though. Family man.
So yeah, before we get too deep into each of your lives, hold on.
You won't get that deep in. You won't get that deep in this.
He has COVID.
Yeah.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Glad we're over the
My
phone.
kid came home with a cold though, and it's just a cold.
Okay.
Ah,
Sure
you know?
it is.
No, it's
got
all just
negative?
yellow snot everywhere here.
We'll see,
It's
dude.
terrible.
We'll see.
I guess
Yeah.
kids are supposed
Yeah.
to handle it better, too.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I want to ask you to though is I've been on your podcast many times.
11 actually.
Wow.
Boom, 11. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, for a time,
Which means we gotta get more guests because 11 times. Like,
I mean,
what?
I'm basically the third co-host,
Yeah.
and I've noticed that you two, at least once an episode, get into a heated debate. So I want
course.
to ask you here.
Are you trying to bring one on right now?
No.
Yes. Everybody
have
always tries to trigger a debate.
We have a sign that says like this many days without a debate.
This is
and it's always like 0.
0, yeah. It's like,
this
no,
question.
it's always 6 because we do a weekly podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
This question right now is something that you're not going to expect. It's a question
Okay.
that comes from warmth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do
we hate each other?
No. Do you two love each other?
Oh yeah, no, I love that guy. I just pointed to the chick in the bikini behind me.
Yeah, that seems like yeah.
That he drew though. See, this is his artwork.
Oh, is it? That's
I've
course.
known Dolce for, what is it, over 10 years?
Oh my God, no longer than that,
yeah.
dude. So we started working at Wizard Magazine when there
Can't
was
be 20.
I got hired in 02. So it's getting close.
So it's close to 20.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
getting close.
So,
That
yeah.
was my first job out of college. I was in research. If you've ever worked in a research department, it was kind of actually enlightening. So when you look through a magazine,
Research with one of the Shamai, unfortunately.
No. Dan Riley was my first boss.
Oh, okay. That's not
I was
so
downstairs.
bad.
So
That's
Wizard had
good.
this. Wizard had corporate was upstairs, magazine was downstairs. I started it downstairs. Hassan was corporate because clearly looks the part.
Yes, I am executive material.
Wizard was awesome. No, that was my first job out of college, and I worked in research. And research was, if you flip through a magazine, which there still are magazines, thankfully, you would see, any clippings or any photographs in that magazine is pulled together by the research department. And basically, we're the gophers that call the companies up and like send us the next, if we're covering like the new movie, X-Men movie came out, send us all the promotional shots. And
Very
we get all
belabored department. They're the workhorse of the entire building.
Yeah, so that was the first entry point. But Hassan was upstairs. I don't think I met you until I got moved upstairs, and then I became the website editor. That was my promotion. So
nice.
it was exciting.
I occasionally had to come downstairs to get information, find out who we're supposed to be paying,
Right.
various things like that. So I talked to Riley quite often. So if you were
Yeah.
there, I probably met you.
Yeah,
in
you
one of the,
probably did.
past.
But we didn't know each other until like probably I was upstairs. It was like the conventions though, right? Like that's really
Yes.
where
That's where everybody.
that's
mingled.
where everyone kind of knew. So I mean, back then Wizard used to run 4 conventions a year. It started with like 2, and then they expanded to 4, which was cool. And the staff used to run the conventions. So Hassan, I was the website editor, so my job was just to go to the panels and write up articles and stuff. And his job was security, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Because he's a big dude.
I wonder why.
I
with
know.
security.
Big and
Yeah,
tall.
they typecast you. I think they typecast
Yeah.
you. Like
There
a
was
girly
one.
guy.
There was one near disaster that happened where everybody was put in this hallway that shouldn't have been in this particular hallway to go
Mhm.
see Kevin Smith. And while calling frantically for help, I managed to keep moving the line and keep repositioning the line and keep everybody from rioting. And so after that, I was rewarded with the job of being permanently crowd control.
Oh, sick.
Given. So it was I screwed myself,
Yeah,
because I really wanted some other kind of job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what attracted you two to each other?
Music, I think, actually, because we were in a band together. So all the music on our podcast is original music from our band.
What, dude? Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You never knew that?
Yeah, dude. 11 episodes in, and I didn't know that. I mean, I should have known it because of Hassan's
You don't
overall
even know
look
the
right
show
now.
very
you
well.
know?
Every time you come on, you're like, what do you mean? We're talking about stuff? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
He's
You
like,
always
what's a
seem
podcast?
surprised that we actually
We're
have to discuss things amongst each other.
No, I fly by the seat
Because
of
our
my pants.
podcast is just like no structure at all.
No,
But no. See, no structure is the structure.
Yeah.
See,
It's true. It's true. We're very we're like the Jack Kerouac, right, of podcasters.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
man.
keep disappearing into his body. Like, you need to change it.
Yeah, you are. You
Okay.
are.
I'll
There's
change
one
it.
point where
yeah.
you weren't even there anymore.
What should I put it? I'll put it as preferences.
It was
as a
actually
thing.
mystical. It was like, ooh.
Let's see. Who do we have here?
There's so many weird ones that you say.
Oh, this is perfect. This right here is
Do
perfect.
the ice cream.
is that Hassan back there? Oh yeah, there we go. I love it. Now, but all you did was put me closer to your wife. So, now,
He's looking
look, and he's
right
gone.
at me. Like, that's so fun. Hey, guy. Oh,
so Hassan, you missed it as you were.
hey.
As you were logging on, you missed it. I said, I get to finally meet your lovely wife. And he's like, stay the hell away. You know, even,
Said
as if
something
I could like
about
reach through the
boundaries.
camera or something.
Yeah, no.
He always fucks around like that.
All I said.
Not on the
That's like a
podcast,
compliment
like-
to me, right? Isn't that like a compliment? I think.
Seems like he's kind of complimenting you.
Right.
Either
Like,
he's complimenting
security.
you or he's insulting himself. It's
Right.
it kind of works two prongs.
All I said, right, was that
insecurity was,
just maintain a. No, dude. I'm the most confident dude in the world. There's no one more alpha than me. Okay,
Oh my
but
god.
I wouldn't
That's
say that,
not
but
even
I know
true.
that.
Alpha's like not even a good word.
As you say that, you disappear and I appear.
but just all I'm saying is just maintain a healthy boundary. Okay.
That's what he said. I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Like,
I-
you will say that to me.
It looks like I picked the right shirt today. That's all. That's
Yeah,
what
like-
it means.
I think he just took a snapshot of you and just.
Oh, I know that. No, I know how he did it. That's like in PCU when the guy's like, what I think he did was, I think he cut out someone else's head and pasted it on your body.
Because
Wow.
this right
I've
here,
done some
I've done some collage work myself.
How is it you can quote PCU, but you can't quote half the movies we're supposed to try to review?
oh
How is that
wow.
Great movie. Great.
It's a great movie.
It's a
PCU is a great movie. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Fair
screenshot
enough.
right here is actually from the last time that I was on your podcast.
Yeah, he did that as his virtual background. Now he was in place of my head. He's done some collage work himself.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so
That's
we're still
kinda
talking
spooky.
about your origin story, how you two came to be.
The band.
Yeah, the band. Yeah. So
I don't remember how that happened.
I feel like I should have known this though, because Hassan, you have an overall like jazzy presence. You know, you have the glasses, sunglasses inside. You know, so
What instrument does he play?
two instruments.
Oh,
Okay.
he plays two instruments.
No. He said, "Which instrument do I play?"
Yeah.
Okay. You play the bass and that xylophone.
The xylophone?
Yep.
Are you percussion?
I play mean xylophone, as a matter of fact,
Boom.
and a triangle.
Yeah,
I
that's
play the
xylophone.
triangle,
Hell yeah.
It fucking hates everybody, that xylophone, though. It's very mean.
and the glockenspiel.
Oh
I
shit.
play a very angry glockenspiel.
You were correct, though, sir.
Bass.
Occasionally a didgeridoo.
Your first choice. He is an outstanding bass player.
Are you really? I just
Yeah.
made friends with this girl named Andrelea who plays bass, and she's been doing like some outdoor music venues and stuff. And the other night she asked me to sing on stage with her, and it was really fun.
Ooh.
Bass is really, really beautiful. I didn't even realize how cool bass was. And to watch it
Occasionally,
live
he
is
makes
cool.
it out to Suffolk, Long Island, as well.
Does
Do
she?
it, let me know.
Yeah, not occasionally enough. Is it electric bass or an upright bass?
It's electric.
Okay, so she didn't have to have it stand up, and
No.
Okay.
And that's what.
you play
Do
the
you do
standard
that?
bass.
You do the standing up one?
I learned on an upright bass.
That's dope.
But I
Did
don't
you
play
really?
upright.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen
I
that
don't play
in a
upright
while.
bass anymore.
He's like Flea, but better. Like he really is.
No, I'm not.
What's
No, he
Flea?
really-
How many strings? How many strings
Red Hot
on for
Chili
bass?
Peppers?
You
You gotta know
I
at least
don't
the Red Hot Chili
know.
Peppers, Pat.
I actually don't know. That's a good question. I wouldn't
away,
even
give it
be
away,
able
give
to
it away
answer.
now.
Oh no, I know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers are. I just don't know the members by name because I'm
You
a
know
guy
Flea?
who's less than 40 years old.
Flea's the
But like
bass player.
Flea? Like everyone knows Flea.
Do you know who
Not
Flea is?
everyone, obviously, because
Not
he
until
doesn't.
he said Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it does ring
She
a bell.
doesn't. Neither of them know. So not everyone, Michael. Your metrics are off as usual.
Is
right
Red
there.
Hot Chili Peppers from California?
They are.
Yes.
That's why I know of them, I think, because they were really popular when I was like a kid.
I mean, I know who they are. I just don't know the band members by name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you said that.
for instance.
Nice. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait, did
Sorry,
you
we
tell-
bicker like a married couple on our show.
Well-
so it works out good.
Well, I'm going to say that
Yeah, but we
Amy
don't
is
have
this.
an excuse.
When
They
we don't
at
get
least
a-
have
when-
an excuse.
We had a guy come up to us in New York Comic Con, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "I love your show." He's like, I found it online somewhere. He goes, "When you two don't agree, that's the best."
Well, yeah, because you
That was
have
his
that.
exact quote.
That's Sire Gold right there.
It is kind of like a marriage, though. You guys have known each other for almost 20 years. That is a lot longer than I've known her, you know?
How did you guys meet?
All right.
Yeah, that's a better story.
So,
Is it?
I mean,
Bet you there's no
find out.
band involved.
I want to get back soon
There's a little bit of Drake lyrics.
to what drew you together, but I'll tell a story. I was in a DR, okay? That's called a different relationship. And I broke it off, and she moved to San Diego, and I was coordinating with her to try to kick things back up again, and I moved out west
I remember that. Yeah.
to try to make it work, and it quickly didn't work. But on my first day out there, I was being transferred to a different Starbucks because at that point I worked. I was an exclusive writer at Zenoscope, and I needed more money to live in either coast, right? So I was also
Sure.
working at Starbucks. And I walked into the Starbucks.
That's why you don't work at Starbucks. So we've had this conversation. Starbucks is the best pre-COVID, the best. Like, I need to get out of the house and go work somewhere place.
Oh yeah,
You are a Panera guy though, and you
Correct.
said Starbucks. I'm down with Starbucks. I'm like, no, Starbucks is the one. That's the key.
yeah.
It depends
those
on
free
which
refills.
Starbucks you go to. Like, you can't go sit in a super busy drive-through. You're just
Yeah.
gonna deal with shitty kids
Because
and
it's so
moms all
busy,
day.
so many kids. What it
And like
is.
high
that's
schoolers,
true. Yeah, that's
depending
true.
if you're like near a high school, every day at 3:30 is just a shit show.
Yes.
Yeah, because in the city for you guys, it's different because I feel like those Starbucks people are like constantly flowing in and out or just staying to work. At Long Island Starbucks, it's like a kid's hangout.
They fucking loiter.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I was transferring there and I
And
went.
then they get jobs there. But go ahead.
Yeah. I went into the place that I'd be working to sort of feel it out, get a drink, and Amy was working there and served me my first ever San Diegan cup of coffee.
Ooh.
Tell them what it was, too.
This is a genuine like meet cute.
It is.
right there.
It is.
Pretty cute. He got like 4 shots of espresso over ice with like disgusting sugar-free peppermint in it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Amy, you worked at Starbucks also?
Yeah, I worked there for a long time.
Okay, because that's so. But Pat, you did. I didn't know you actually worked at a Starbucks. That's how you knew explicitly how to write Gangsta Ass Barista.
Exactly.
I just thought you.
Yeah.
I thought you were siphoning
channeling.
off of your wife
Gotcha.
as
No,
your point of reference.
I worked there for
Just the
years.
part he
yeah.
siphoned is what a dick she is.
I mean, a lot of her run-ins come from shit that I went through too. Like, there was this one lady there who she would either get a hot green tea with raw sugar stirred in with a wooden stir stick, or an ice
She
green tea.
specifies that.
Oh yeah, dude, the amount that she
Wow.
specifies is so
Surprised.
much more. She would get an ice green tea only shaken by one individual man who worked there.
He
No-
wasn't even a man. He was just like this Guido boy named Nick. He
Yeah.
wasn't even shit. She just like liked him and she was like 80.
Yeah, and she would do
Fucking
this too.
Debbie.
She would want her drink put before everyone else's, and if it wasn't, she'd argue with you the whole way, and then your manager would make you apologize. And so a lot of my gangster-ass barista trauma does come from actual experience.
No, it felt real. It felt real.
I remember one of the first shifts I worked with you, I was getting so frustrated with you.
Oh.
Remember?
About the garbage?
No, about not remembering the orders.
I don't remember that at all.
Entering them in.
No.
Because you came from a different store, and I don't think it was a drive-through.
It was not, no.
And it was a lot to, like, do. It wasn't a real position. It was just, like, at our store.
Oh, yeah, working drive-through was fucking horrible.
You'd have to listen. And I loved it because it was, like, I was used to it. It was my thing. I like to, like, move quickly and stuff and just, like... So I'm asking him, okay, when you listen to the order, you have to enter it into the computer so that way I can get the sticker and make the drink because I'm on bar.
Right.
So at the same time, you're trying to ring people up and people are ordering and you're not entering in the computers and like skipping the orders. And I was just like, he doesn't know how to do this. It's okay.
That's fucking the whole thing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
And I'm surprised you don't remember that because I was like trying so hard not to be like so rude like I was to everybody else.
Because I was only on any drive-through position.
Then he just refused to do it.
3 times ever. After that, I was like, hey, if you guys want me to work here, I'm not doing that.
I don't know how you get away with stuff
He'll
like
do
that.
anything for love.
He's the
but you will
only
not do that.
barista in Starbucks history that can refuse every single position besides front register.
I did that, yeah.
Literally. Besides the fucking lady that got me fired.
Oh my god.
That's one of the reasons I hated her.
You're burying all your leads here, man. You got like really exciting stories here, and you're not elaborate.
Yeah, there's so much more to it. But hold on. Let's just complete this.
My heart is burning, and I haven't even worked there since like December. Fucking hate that.
That's sense memory too. Like you're
Yeah.
sipping on a cup of coffee right now. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Swear to God,
That
it's
fucking
Wendy's
bitch.
coffee. Fuck Starbucks.
I just realized, though.
You ran into the very first Karen, right? She was the first Karen on
I'm sure she
record.
originated at Starbucks. Fuck you.
Oh no, yeah, dude. If I filmed her, she for sure would be a viral Karen, man. But I just realized that I didn't hear Hassan confirm that he loves Michael, though.
Oh my God.
That's true. Actually, he doesn't, or he didn't. It's okay.
I do love Michael
I know.
tremendously.
Oh, I love to hear it, man. I really do. Yeah,
He gets on my goddamn nerves, but I
No.
do love him.
That is
That's the
love.
funny part too. Like a lot of people, they ask us, they're like, "Do you?" I've had people ask me, they're like, "Do you conference before each show and like pick a side?" And we're like, "No."
We just usually land on
This is what we're
opposite
talk about.
ones.
Like you're totally wrong, and usually I'm right. But he's always on the opposite side. He's always on the wrong side.
yeah.
Yes.
I think that people are very used to the idea now that a disagreement over fiction, even a heated one, is a horrible
Ridiculous.
thing. Yeah, it's like it is an actual personal conflict that
Yes.
that when you guys end the
Yes.
podcast, that you are that you're somehow enemies who have created the hundreds of episodes of a podcast together.
Right.
Because like I feel like Twitter, social media has really made arguments and debates
It's
something
awful.
that people kind of like demonize in some way, you know. But
Yeah,
I
no.
like that you guys are close friends who every episode kind of really dig into one
Yeah,
another,
no,
you know.
Well, and look, it's you hit the nail on the head though too. Like, social media is not real life. I think Hassan, you had a great analogy one time when you were like, people assumed that it was the same country that they were living in, but it's a new country and there's different rules and people talk differently and everything is different. It's like you step into Italy, I think is what you said. But people didn't realize that. They think they're still in this like, real life, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not real life, and they shouldn't take it so seriously.
Most people don't even realize that they're public. Like all your squabbles are public. Everybody's looking at everything you're doing. Everything is looking at everything you're saying. And then people are like, how come, nobody can take a joke anymore? It's like, well, probably 100, 200, maybe 300,000 people can take a joke. But you're talking to 9 billion
Millions,
people,
yeah.
Everyone,
and a great percentage of them is liable to take whatever you said personally, and a lot of them are unhinged and not well.
Yeah.
People take their pop culture too seriously too.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like, it's gotten to a point where I know Bill Maher got really he got like slammed by all the comic book community for like saying like people need to grow up and not read comics. Comics are for kids and blah blah blah. And and I get why people would get upset about that. But then part of me is like, I don't think people want to grow up anymore. Like people like they're like, when you become an adult, it's now like a tough thing to do. And adulting is hard. I'd rather be Superman. It's like,
yeah.
I'm like,
I don't even know why everybody has to pay for something that someone said. If they said something terrible, maybe make them pay. If they said comic books are for kids, that's just this idiot's opinion,
right?
And then we can move on. It's like, okay, well, we're not going to talk to Bill about Batman.
It's really
problem
funny.
solved.
Yeah, seriously.
We had this, and I know because Pat's not a comic book guy, which is the funnier part because he's made a living making comics.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I recorded an
Goosebumps
episode of a new
kid.
podcast without Hassan. I replaced him with Kari Andrews. Kari Andrews is a famous comic book guy. He did Spider-Man Reign. That was the book that we talked about with him. And he talked about this whole thing where he's like, he's like, he misses the days when comics were actually not respected as an art form. He goes, because he thought it made the creators better because they wanted to, they wanted to step up and make this thing like, legitimate. Right. But he always goes also, we spent all this time like bitching about how like, we want to make sure comics are for adults. He's like, congratulations. Kids don't read comics now.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's like,
well done.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well done.
She'll be back, but
We lost your wife. That was
yeah,
it.
her
She's on her way to Dolce's house.
we have 3 rats in a cage over there. Well, no, I should say Amy has 3 rats in a cage over there.
Those are the only ones you could catch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those were the slowest ones, and they fight sometimes. They're bloody sometimes.
Oh boy,
yeah.
Probably not put them in a cage together.
Yeah, maybe get them their own separate cage.
I worked in IT for a long time, and we used to have this saying, like, sometimes the problem's behind the keyboard.
No, that's not true. Pat doesn't understand what the fuck is going on.
Why don't you elaborate, okay?
Because I wasn't here.
Hold on. First of all, let me just tell you.
You're not God or my father or my boss.
So you can't come and treat me like that, okay? Tell me what's going on.
Because when I walk away, you can't talk shit about the rats and how I keep them when I'm not here
To defend yourself.
Yeah, I heard a
Who
couple
wants
things.
the rats? Amy, you want the rats?
Yeah. First of all, it sounds like you guys don't know anything about rats because I've had pet rats ever since
wait.
I was a kid.
Is that an insult?
No.
I don't feel bad about that,
seem
honestly.
like it.
No,
No.
me
I'm
neither.
okay with that.
No.
I have 2
Alright.
newts. We found newts in the
cool.
woods, and now we have pet newts.
Yeah,
But
I love
that's
that
about
shit too, but let me tell you, rats are underrated as fuck. They're super smart, they're super social, they're cuddly, they're like tiny little dogs, and you can't keep them alone or else they will literally die of depression because they are so social that they need to be with another. They're like pack animals. So I got
But if you didn't keep them locked up,
I do
they would
give
literally
them
eat you at night.
No, that's not true. They would literally cuddle.
They'd nibble.
No, I swear to God, I've had rats that I used to work at a pet store. I had a pet rat that I would take to work every day. I used to take the baby rats with me to Petco, to
Well, that
like
must have
Michael's
gone
Arts
over
and Crafts. They literally will hang out in the hood of your sweater and like curl up like a cat and like lick themselves and stuff. And they're super duper cute. Like, I swear. Look it up online. Nobody knows. I don't know why, but rats are great pets.
Well,
They're
hold on.
way nicer than hamsters, and they're more agile than guinea pigs.
Let me just say this. I do
I will
have
fight for rats for the rest of my life. I swear to God.
Rats' rights.
I
Team rat.
I am more I'm more emotional about the rats than you give me credit for, though. Okay,
You just like to
Oh,
talk
he'll
shit
die
about
for those rats.
I joke around, but
They'll die trying to get rid of those rats.
I mean, whatever.
I mean, actually, speaking
die.
of getting rid of them,
That's,
that's not a
speaking of getting rid of them, not to be too morbid, but the last 2 rats that passed away, I buried them in the yard of our apartment complex with my bare hands.
Yeah, he's a good
Wow.
dad. But Yeah, like I've met a lot of people. They don't know that how good of pets rats are because they're not even sold in pet stores and stuff that much, and they're only sold as like snake food because of their long tails and shit. But they're like they're unusually smart and they bond to their owners. It's really weird. Like as soon as I come to the cage, they're all excited. They have strangely shaped ears because of the way they're bred, so they almost have like Mickey Mouse ears on the side of their head, and they have curly hair. They're mad cute.
All right.
I'm about to
I
bring
respect
one
the
out.
rat. I respect any pet.
Fair enough.
I don't want more pets after this.
I wasn't actually mad. I just get so excited. I just get so excited to advocate for pet rats because when people used to come into my pet store looking for like a chinchilla and stuff that wouldn't want much to do with them or was like hard to train, I'd hand them their kids to the rats and they were in love for the rest of their lives.
That's a beautiful story.
And they were angry at you for making their kids fall in love with rats.
That could be true too.
The parents like the rats too. Even my dad, he'd be a little softy for him too. He's like, that doesn't look like a rat. That looks like a little weasel. Why is it licking your face? That's what my dad would say.
Yeah.
You had me up until then.
Yeah, you're not gonna
They're
like.
cute. They're-
You're not gonna convince New Yorkers about rats.
I know,
don't think, you know? It's-
especially here, it's hard, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Actually, today on my new job, I met a lady who was a vet who gets her back worked on and stuff once a week, and that's who I did some of the stuff on.
And then you lubed her up.
I lubed her up. Yeah. Old ass lady.
Now, you guys have had a lot of well-established guests on your podcast, and I just want to ask you about some experiences. If you could say any favorite ones or any least favorite guests, or maybe talk about your most famous guests besides me.
The most famous. So we just had Kevin
Besides
Bacon on,
me,
which
yeah.
is cool.
Whoa, that's cool.
Now Kevin Bacon's been on 3 times, so he's not
Yo, for real?
quite.
Sick.
He's not quite the level of Pat Shand.
Wow.
No, he's not at the. He hasn't amassed the star power that Pat has.
No.
But
Not yet.
That's
A couple more visits though, he'll catch up to you, Pat. You got to watch out. You are in danger.
Yeah, I got bacon on my tail. Yeah.
Kevin Bacon might knock you out of that spot. You are in danger.
He's always been awesome. He's been really professional. Ironically, it was funny. I was the one that got to interview him the 2 previous times. So this was the first time that Hassan did, and he didn't realize. So I worked at AM New York in New York City. It's those free papers you get on the subway. So that's how I kind of was able to get access to a lot of music guests. So we've had a lot of cool music guests, and that's kind of I've been leveraging that to get them on the podcast. So we were actually supposed to interview the Bacon brothers, and I said that to Hassan like the week before, like, oh, we got the Bacon brothers coming on. And he didn't put 2 and 2 together. So then all of a sudden he's on he's on the Zoom. He's like, oh, that was Kevin Bacon. Oh, I didn't realize. I would have asked him.
Where the hell are the Bacon brothers?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. They
Wait,
should
wait,
be Jonas brothers.
Who are the other
you know?
Bacons?
I know. Well, no, Michael Bacon is the brother. And he's actually pretty awesome because he realizes he's Michael Bacon. Even though he's won Emmys, he's an Emmy-winning, award-winning choreographer.
Yeah.
He does like the theme music for a lot of like documentaries and TV shows, and just successful, but kind of behind the scenes. So,
That's
but
sick.
he's cool. You know, it's a cool experience. Son, who's our favorite guest that we had on
Besides me, yeah.
besides Pat?
Our favorite guest. Oh my
Or
God.
just yours. No.
Oh, who's my favorite?
Not a trick question. Just
Oh, okay. Jackie the Joke Man was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Pretty
From Howard
awesome.
Stern. Yeah. We had him in studio when we still would
we
go to the
did.
studio. It was that was cool. Like he was really good too. And Jackie again backed me up in terms of me always being right, because beforehand he'd locked himself in our green room when we had a green room, which was just another room in the office.
Yes.
And I basically said to me, he's like, I came and asked him questions like, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. Blah, blah. He's like, no, save it for the show.
Oh, for sure.
Like he would not have a conversation, and he wasn't being mean or rude. He was literally just like, we'll save it for the show. As soon as we get out there, we'll. And it was like, and I used to tell Hassan, because we would have these pre-production calls sometimes, or meetings, and or like even like when we were in the city, we would just grab like dinner and stuff, and we'd start talking. And I'd be like, save it for the show. And he's like, damn you, Hassan. No, Hassan would always say it to me, like damn you, like how are we supposed to know what we're talking about if we don't talk about it beforehand? And then Jackie proved me right. Save it for the show.
I don't know if he proved you right.
I think it depends on the setting a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Depends on the setting, depends on the show, depends on the guest. But
Yeah,
I
and the subject matter
that too. Like with our stuff, we used to bring in a guest before and talk to them a little first, and then start rolling. But now we start rolling alone and just bringing guests with us already rolling. And I feel that for us, because we're so kind of we're freestyle. We shoot from the hip. Okay, we're renegades. You've been afraid. We penetrate
Renegade.
Pop culture. Bring you a lot
my
closer
God, he's
to the
really-
block where they pop toasters.
He's really been rapping a lot lately.
Those aren't my bars though. Those are Jay-Z's bars. Okay?
I know, but you just go into it like just a lot.
I don't know why I'm here to suffer. But,
One time I woke
All
up
right.
to a text message of a video of his fresh new raps that he made while I was sleeping.
Which rap?
It wasn't the.
she deliberately purged that memory.
It wasn't the I think they know me one, but it was the one right before.
Oh,
it.
staple in your old house.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
staple in your old house.
Doesn't make sense. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that though.
I do enjoy it. You guys should have me back on the podcast, and I'll
You're
only
done. No, you're
I'll
done.
only
No, it's
freestyle.
all right.
Can you have him as
It's
his
all right.
as his rap persona only?
Yeah.
Alter ego?
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, so here, wait. Do you know MC Lars
I heard of MC Lars. Is he
and Megaran?
a math guy? Is he rapping about math?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
So specific.
This is bad.
If he does, you know him better than I did. when I had
that's
him on
so
the
funny.
show.
That's so funny.
Megaran, you know Megaran?
No.
All right, so that I'm shooting. I'm trying. Those were two guests.
Okay, cool.
Do you know DMX?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on
Doesn't
our
matter.
podcast. Just kidding.
Oh, that'd be
I
crazy.
wish.
That would be crazy.
You know what's funny? I have Hassan and I have audio for this. There's a bunch of like guests I've had that before I had a podcast, so they're not really guests. They were interviews, and I have audio from someone from Maroon 5. I should just play that because
Yeah,
Why
why
not,
not?
right?
and make it be like we have Maroon 5 on the show,
Hell yeah.
and somehow
And they will be
carefully edit
serious.
it so it's like the questions are.
You just have
Seem
have
relevant.
cut-ins of you going, oh.
But he's like
Really
the
interesting.
keyboardist too. Like he was the key. Like it's something it's not like the actual.
Adam Levine.
Alexis from Everclear was a pretty good guest though.
Art
He was-
Alexis,
he was a
yeah,
cool
he was
guy.
cool. Yeah, no, he's good.
Wait, the band Everclear?
Yes.
Mhm.
I know that band actually. I like
See, there you
them.
go.
That's
There you go.
cool.
Have you ever had a guest, probably a famous guest, who after the podcast came out was like, "Don't put that shit out," or
No.
leave things that I've said?
No, but we did have one guest, this guy Jerry from he has a Netflix show called Brainchild, Jerry Klubler, I think, and I had to send over the interview before they would let me air it to make sure that it was and he
Appropriate.
can't, I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, it's a Netflix show about a 12, it's like for 12-year-olds, so I mean, like at what point, like, can we,
Straight
would
from
we
that.
cross
Oh
any
How
my
much
God.
could we possibly be messing
No,
with?
I've actually found that most of our guests don't even listen to the podcast after the fact. I don't
No.
think there's really.
Oh yeah, I have.
They probably do so many podcasts
Yeah.
that it's not even on their radar anymore. Excuse me.
I'll tell you guys this. I've listened to a couple that I've been on from you guys. The last one I really enjoyed and listened to that.
Yeah.
And I have
That was
listened to a
good.
few. Generally, I do the same thing where I'll go on a podcast and I'll not do it. I like that you guys had the video component. I feel like a lot of people, comics podcasts specifically, don't have that. And I think that
That's how we got that's how we ended up getting everything we've gotten. I mean, Facebook
Yeah.
has been huge. We started doing video right when Facebook Live started.
yeah.
So Facebook would just give us views. Like, I mean, I used to average 2,500 video views with no effort,
That's
with no
crazy.
effort,
That's
because they
dope.
just wanted people to be using their platform. So we just happened to start at the same time. So it was lucky, but that's how we ended up getting a lot of our following together to end up, seemingly seemingly appealing to a larger company. So,
Larger
that works out.
demographic.
yeah.
What I'm thinking right now is this. All right, so Kevin Bacon has 3 appearances, right?
Yes.
So 3, I gotta do the MC Lars right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He needs 8 more appearances to match my shit. What I want to do is this. I'm not going to come on again until he has 8 more appearances. And then for both
we'll see you in 8 years then.
Yeah, exactly. For both of our 12th appearances, right?
And wait, no, sorry. We'll see you 8 albums from now because that's the only time I get him is
that's so funny that he puts out albums. But
yeah.
But all right, so Kevin Bacon, this is a challenge to you, dude. To you and your albums, to you and the Bacon Bros, okay?
That's right.
For our 12th appearance, I want us both on at the same time, in person, and to do a fucking dance-off, Mr. Footloose.
Does he have a daughter that's an actress?
Yeah, Sosie Bacon,
yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was in the excellent Here and Now from HBO.
That's a very suspicious I role. No, it wasn't a role. It was like a side.
Wait, mine or Amy?
Like a side. No, Amy. She did.
I was trying to think of where I had seen her, like what show she was in, where I looked her up and I was like, oh, that's Kevin Bacon's daughter.
Alan Ball's Here and Now.
Yeah.
And she's also been on the Tiger Belly podcast a bunch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool. I love that podcast.
Oh yeah. We're toward the end, so I want to ask you guys if you have things to promote, and if you want to talk a bit more about your love for each other. You know, this was a very peaceful podcast with the two of you guys.
I'll say this. We'll do. Which Hassan, I was thinking about this the other day. Right. It's become more of a vivid memory. His least favorite memory of me is Wizard World Chicago in 2007.
Okay.
Because I wasn't with the company anymore, but I was promoting Sire at the show.
Wait, you said least favorite memory?
Yes.
It's actually not. I can tell you what my least favorite memory.
Okay.
But
I want to hear both. Yeah, please. Yeah.
And I remember, it's funny because I didn't remember this when he first told me the story, and I was like, but that does sound like me. But now I actually remember it. I showed up, and back then, you're doing everything on a shoestring budget, and you're basically, like whatever. I'll crash on someone's floor. And like I saw Hassan, and sounds like I got my own room. And I just like literally walked in his room, like, this is awesome. We've got our own room now. This is great. I'm like, I'll just take this bed here because And
I was hanging out by myself, like chilling, because you never get your own room. You always have to share. You always have to double up. And I've had some really bad, not counting Phil Colligan, who's a mutual friend of ours. I've had some really bad roommates on occasion. So I'm there, I'm chilling. I'm like, I got my own room. This rocks. Knock on the door, open the door. This is right out of a movie. Dolce standing there with his bag, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool. This is a nice room." And he was like, "I thought they give you one of those like small ones. This is actually a nice room." And I'm like, "Yeah, why are you here?" and he just came in, and he made himself comfortable, and then he was like, are we watching this? Because I was watching the History Channel. Dude, are we gonna watch this all night, dude? Like, just let's do. So I'm like, now the funny thing is, I was mad right then, but by the next morning I wasn't angry. Right. By the next morning I had understood the comedy of it. I'm like, I can't believe this is that. But right at that moment, I was like, oh, motherfucker,
unbelievable.
Aww. Pat would probably feel the same way because he loves to be like just in his own space, like having his own room and stuff.
Look, I get it, but I have no pity on him, and I remember the feelings. I'm like, it's not like you paid for this room. The company paid for your room. If he
was a milestone.
If he had paid for his own room, I would have been like, hey, can I go in? Can I go halfies with you? Can I do, be great. But I knew that was corporate sponsored room. You just happened to luck out because the guy who was supposed to be your roommate, I think, couldn't go. I was like, well, F it. You were supposed to get somebody. Now you got me.
It's true, but dude.
There are both sides to the story, but the way that you played it off, Mr. Dolce, was hilarious.
The tragedy of the story, though, isn't that Hassan didn't get a room to himself. It's that you thought you had it.
Yeah, I know. You were straight.
Right?
Well, that's like having the extra seat in the airplane, right? Like,
dude, I was just thinking the same thing.
And you're just scanning that door. Everyone that comes down, you're like, come on, no, come on, no.
Totally.
My honestly, and he'll appreciate this, my least favorite Dolce moment was after the premiere of Attack of the Clones, when he made a point to come into my office while I was trying to work to tell me how much it sucked. And I was like, all right, dude, I get it. And he goes, no, this movie sucked.
No, it had to be Revenge of the Sith. It had to be.
No, it had to be Attack of the Clones. It was because it was.
Oh, you worked there. Oh, maybe I did.
2002. Yeah.
I guess I did know you back then.
2002. Yeah.
I was still downstairs.
And and I was like, dude, who the hell are you? And why do you? Why do you care?
You were the Star Wars guy who loved the prequels, and I was like, that was, and it still is to this day the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen. It's worse than Last Jedi.
So you guys have been debating.
It's not worse than
That's
Last
how
Jedi. It's
their
not good.
relationship
It's not
was
good, but it's
born.
not worse than Last Jedi. There's no way.
No,
There's
it
no way.
is,
There's
though.
no
It
way.
is,
There's
'cause-
no way. No.
I mean, Last Jedi's really
Stop.
bad too, but
Stop
Attack of the
being
Clones
wrong.
is
Stop reveling in
watchable.
being wrong. Stop it.
Watching Attack of the Clones, the last 15 minutes of
You're a
that
Star Wars
movie was unbelievable, with Yoda fighting and all this other great stuff that's happening, and it's like, oh, awesome! I sat through 2 hours of crap. I'm ready for the movie. This is awesome. And then the credits roll, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
This
literally, they
and,
give you
and
10
here
minutes
we have
of
the
pleasure.
least favorite moment of Dolce. He was doing this exact same shtick, standing over my desk while I'm trying to work. That I don't
Let's
know,
be
that
honest.
Monday morning
Let's
or
be
something
honest.
like that.
You weren't working.
I was working. I was working my ass off.
You were
while I was
looking.
there.
You were
Back in
pretending to
2002,
look-
I
you
damn
were pretending
sure
to
was
look
working
like
my
you were
ass off
working.
because I was so happy to
Yeah,
be there.
2002,
I was
yeah.
damn sure working. Trust me.
No,
Trust me.
no.
Wow. So
Yes, you weren't working because you were in my office at that moment talking
Go
shit
check
about
out
a
Rogue
movie.
Wave podcast. It's
I mean, this
without the E.
this segment is pretty much indicative of what you'll experience.
Yeah, it's
there,
a
you know?
good
yeah.
This is exactly right. This is exactly what it is.
preview.
Go to roguewavepodcast.com and you can find us there. Go to SireStudiosInc.com and you can check out all of our artwork. We got a Kickstarter coming out later this year. It's going to be pretty cool.
A friendship
Oh, yeah.
forged in a fiery debate
It's true.
that has created
Well, I
a
mean,
lasting love.
We used to debate it like in band practice. Like, I mean, we just endless conversations. And and so it's actually kind of like strangely just very easy to do the podcast.
What
Wait, hold on.
instrument did you
That's
play?
what I was going to ask. So Hassan plays bass.
Bass.
What do you play?
I am a singer.
You're a front man? Me too.
He
That's
played
right.
his
Oh,
pipes.
dude, sing me something, man.
We'll
I don't know, what do
record
you
you a
wanna hear?
duet.
Oh yeah, right now. It's like that awkward moment where a comedian walks
The
into a party.
problem is I
it's
would
like tell
come
a
with
joke,
something.
you know? What?
No, the problem is I could sing something for you. The problem is you'd be like, I don't know what that's from.
Can
Yeah.
can you
Most
sing?
likely it's gonna happen.
Sing
Oh,
sing "Ring Around the Rosie."
Here, how about
That's
Ring
lame.
Around the
On the
Rosie?
road.
That doesn't show off your
Pocket
pipes.
full of posies. You know that's a
Hassan
terrible.
was the backup vocalist, so
What kind of music
You know
was
that's
it?
a
Was
really
it like
terrible
we
limerick,
were
right?
we were a rock band.
Okay.
We were a rock band. So
that is about the Black Death, though. By the way, it's not really a fun little schoolyard.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, I knew
that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
You
I
didn't
like
know
it.
I
that?
did it, Pat. I'll give you this.
What makes you think
I'll give you
that?
this. You ready? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this full on.
I'm
Ready?
ready.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is
dude,
full
let's
on,
hear it.
like,
Yeah.
as if I'm performing, because this is like the quasi rap in one of the songs. So this is good. Well, I see it took just 3 weeks to erase the life we built. A week for every year together, proving I'm an easy kill. Well, I hope he likes you better, because I'll always hate you worse. A friendly fire.
Oh my God!
Quench the fire, burning through this thirst. Now, can you feel it? Like a sound machine, Hassan's bass,
Yeah, that's
running through me, making sense of this disgrace. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh
boom.
shit!
That sounds like a
Hassan's
song
bass
I would
in there.
listen to.
Yo, can you
You
give
have a
us?
good voice. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I would love to play that song leading into this episode.
Fuck yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Please
We
do.
like to do that because when we have musicians on the podcast, which we didn't know you two were, we'll use one of the songs or whatever as the intro. Yeah.
Well, I'll do that. And that is
Cool.
the theme song for our show, actually, for the Rogue Wave podcast.
Hell yeah.
That's some.
Let's
There's some cool bass in that. I actually admit.
Oh, that's
Nice. I can't wait to hear it.
so. As a guy who can't actually read or write music, I learned like in third grade, and it never stuck. I remember bringing the drum beat to Hassan for that particular for a couple songs, and he would write the bass part of it, and then we would bring it to the rest of the band because I could also play drums, but that's the only thing I could do.
Cool.
But our drummer is so far superior to me. So
Oh my God! Yeah, Paul.
no, Paul's amazing. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Wow, I
I'll
can't
I'll
wait
send
to
it over
listen
you.
to
Yeah,
your
I'm
music.
excited
That's
to
so
hear.
cool.
And plus, now I'm going to listen to your podcast differently, knowing that the music is
Right.
made by you two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
all
cool.
of the music is was You never told them the name of the band though.
AGO.
What's that?
What does it stand for?
Always getting older.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, hey, it's true. It's
I like
true.
that.
It's-
And this is the first time I knew what AGO meant.
Well, no, actually, AGO
it
never
changes
meant,
every
it never
time.
actually meant anything. It
Oh,
still
no.
doesn't. It always changes. So if you ask me again tomorrow, I'll give you a different answer.
Gotcha.
But always
Um,
getting older is
our-
fucking awesome.
that
But
is awesome.
our former guitar player, one time I was telling him a story of something. I don't know what it was, and he was
I
like
remember
something, and I ended it with. And it was 40 years ago. And I mean, I might have been telling him the most insane story. I don't remember exactly the details, but he goes, "Ago?" And I was like, that's our band name.
There you go.
So,
Well, that's the origin story of AGO and of this beautiful lifelong friendship.
Awesome.
that's right.
Thank you guys for doing this. Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. We just started having digital guests pretty recently, so we're happy to have you on. I will say, though, I miss a little bit your old stomping grounds of that studio.
I know.
The salt lamps. It was a very peaceful area there. It was probably about 25 plus salt lamps, huh?
Oh yeah.
Are you guys gonna be able to go back to that after COVID, or did you have to like close it?
No,
You know,
left
we
before
stopped
that.
doing it before COVID.
Okay.
Just because I just discovered Zoom, and I was like, well, this is a much better. And the kids,
Easier.
the kids honestly played the equation. Leaving on a Wednesday night to leave my wife with 2 kids to put to bed was like, was a little.
Yeah, it's thoughtful.
It was asking a lot. It was, and they were
Yeah.
young. I mean, this is like a 6-month-old
Right.
and a fiery
Babies.
3-year-old
Yeah.
or 2.5-year-old. So so we actually stopped doing it before that and started doing Zoom. So we, ironically, when COVID hits, it's like, oh, we know
You're
Zoom.
already
We know Zoom really well.
conveniently placed. Yeah.
I
All right,
know.
well, cool. We'll have to get you guys a salt lamp or something for your room.
Yeah, no, I will say this though, Pat. I want to do it in a studio setting again. I thought we.
The energy was different.
You know what's so funny? The energy level when we air the shows on Facebook are it's still there, but it's so different doing it like remotely. Like it's just
Gotcha.
something not as good as being in person.
No, I
Yeah,
feel
it's
you.
different.
Yeah,
I like to go to your mom's and do it.
yeah, we go to my mom's.
I like going to
back
Pat's mom's, too.
before. Oh wow, dude!
Bars.
Boundaries, man.
He's like, I'm fucking
Dolce
around about
knows
my
no
wife, but don't
boundaries.
talk
That was a
about my
layup
mom.
right there. Come on, that was a softball.
No, that was
Yeah,
very
that's funny as
that was very well done. I'm only a little bit fucking incensed, okay? But when we did guest episodes in the past, we would go to my mom's place where she had this longer table where we could have an in-person
It's
guest.
like an indoor balcony.
Yeah.
That makes it a nice studio setting.
Yeah, but now we are doing Zoom with that, and but once all this is over, I'll be back for my number 12th appearance to do my face-off with that little bitch Kevin Bacon.
Oh my god.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
I'll let him know.
The way you are.
All right,
I
you guys.
won't. Actually,
Nice
I
to
won't.
meet you guys.
No, we're not going to do a thing.
I've
about
heard
it.
you guys talking with Pat before and everything, and now it's cool to actually talk to you too.
You can jump on as well. You are always
Yeah.
welcome.
That'd
You're
be
always welcome
fun.
to sit in.
That would also be a worthy 12th appearance to,
I'd be
I
honored.
think
to
so.
have you on.
Cool.
All right, you guys. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
day, you guys.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, bye-bye.
Oh, just take a nap, lover.
Boom. There we go. That was fun.
They did good. They only argued with each other a little bit.
Next time, I can pop on people in the middle of the podcast.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't think we were still going, huh?
Nope.
Oh, that's so funny. You're nasty now. They all know you're fucking nasty now.
Well, see it took just 3 weeks to erase the life we built. A week for every year together, proving I'm an easy kill. Well, I hope he likes you better. So now I hate you worse. An empty seat can't quench the fire. Burning through this thirst, now can you feel it?
If I was invited to that convention, you know what I would say?
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
Because what they're trying to do, right? What they're trying to do
He brought his own sound
is
effects to the studio.
kill
You
me,
did.
right? They're trying to kill me, okay? There's
make a buck.
There's no reason that they should be having that convention now. If they're being altruistic and they think that, oh, it's time to open up, guess what? You're dumb, okay? You're just dumb. If you think that you can
What
go
if you
there
really
and-
need the money?
if you go into the convention because you need money, you're a dumb guy. Because what
He's leaving no bodies on
I
the
know,
we have
the people,
no man standing on the
That's why we
battlefield.
have
man.
one.
the people who run the convention, you're dumb.
I want my dollar.
You
I
know,
want my $2.
The views expressed by Pat Shan do not reflect the views of us on Rogue Wave.
Pat, tell everyone where they can
Celebrity.
find you again so they can complain to you directly or agree with you. I mean, I'm sure, a lot of people agreeing with you as well. So
any celebrity, any of my comic book peers, if you're going there, you're
He's not
stupid.
gonna.
You know,
He's not gonna stop.
I mean, yeah, you can find me at Pat Shan.
Bozo, bitch, are you dumb, 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 dumb,